The Canterville Ghost. By Oscar Wilde. Summary. The Canterville Ghost is a well-known short story by Oscar Wilde, widely adapted for the screen and stage around the world. It is a ghost story with a difference. Instead of fear and tension, humor rules the story, and instead of intimidating humans, the ghost is intimidated by humans. So far, no one has insulted him in this way. He has finally met his match in a spirited, unafraid American family. Frightening them seems almost impossible. About the author. Oscar Wilde was an Irish writer, poet and dramatist who was famous for his wit and flamboyance. His most famous works include The Happy Prince and other stories. The Picture of Dorian Gray, Lady Windermere's Fan, and The Importance of Being Earnest. Question 1. Read the extracts and answer the questions. Extract 1. I'm really pleased you want to buy. It gives you a strange, scary feeling. Para. 1 to 15. Question 1. How is the suspense introduced in the beginning? How are the two characters introduced here? Answer. Lord Canterville tells Mr. Otis that there is a ghost in Canterville Chase. Lord Canterville is a man of integrity. He wants to make sure the buyer knows what the pitfalls may be in buying his place. And Mr. Otis, being different from the usual type of people who are afraid of ghosts, is eager to close the deal. Question 2. What does the writer tell us about the owner's social status and background? Answer. The writer tells us about the social status and the background of the owner of Canterville Chase through the following hints. The owner has the title of Lord, which tells us that he is from an aristocratic family. Canterville Chase is a mansion and thus reveals that its owner comes from a wealthy background. Question 3. What did Mr. Otis think of ghosts? What was his reaction to Lord Canterville's warning? Answer. Mr. Otis, a wealthy American, was not at all disturbed by Lord Canterville's tale. He was a man with modern views and did not believe in the existence of ghosts. When Lord Canterville warned him about ghosts in the mansion, he just guffawed at the story and went ahead with his plan of buying the mansion. Question 4. What place is the speaker talking about? Why does it give a strange, scary feeling? Answer. The speaker is talking about Canterville Chase. It gives a strange, scary feeling because the residents have heard strange sounds from the corridor and the library and have reported seeing and hearing a ghost. Question 5. Who was the Duchess? Why did she faint? Answer. Lord Canterville, while warning Mr. Otis of the presence of a ghost in the house, recalled what had happened to his grand aunt, who was the Dowager Duchess of Bolton. Once, during her stay in the Canterville mansion, she fainted out of fear on being touched by the cold bony hands of a ghost. Extract 2. What on earth is that sound? Caught you. Scene 4. Question 1. What purpose does the description of the ghost serve in the fourth scene? Answer. The eyes like burning coal and thick matted hair are typical descriptions of a ghost. The old-fashioned clothes refer to the period to which they belong. And the rusty chains signify the punishment being endured over the centuries for the crime committed. Question 2. How is the appearance of Mr. Otis an anticlimax? Answer. Instead of getting frightened at the sight of the ghost, Mr. Otis deals with it with a calm presence of mind, giving it a can of oil to oil its rusty chains so as not to disturb people who are sleeping. And he returns to his room after wishing it a good night as if it were a guest. Question 3. How does the ghost respond to Mr. Otis? Answer. It is furious that Mr. Otis is not horrified and throws away the can of oil because he has not realized that it clanks about with a purpose. Then it goes upstairs with a scarier stage effect, green light and groans. Question 4. How can the twins mobbing the ghost with pillows be considered as the climax? Answer. Even the Otis twins are not scared. In fact, in a reversal of roles, they frighten the ghost with their unexpected appearance at the top of the stairs. Question 5. What would the effect of the play be on the audience? Answer. It does not produce the same scary effect as any typical ghost story because the Otis family, representing the modern skeptical attitude to ghosts, provides sufficient humor to dilute the horror. Appreciating the text. First question. How is the play script divided? Describe. Answer. The play script is divided into 5 scenes. The locations shown here are outside Canterville Chase, the library of Canterville Chase, and outside Mr. Otis' bedchambers. Some of the backdrops will be an old castle, a library, an old staircase, and a bedroom. Some of the props will include chains, a bottle, a carpet, etc. Second question. What was Mrs. Umney's explanation for the blood stain that was noticed in the library? What did the family do on hearing her story? Answer. Mrs. Otis noticed something that looked like a blood stain and wanted it to be removed. Mrs. Umney informed Mrs. Otis, in a hushed voice, that it was the blood of Lady Eleanor de Canterville. Mrs. Umney went on to say that she was murdered on that very spot by her own husband, Sir Simon de Canterville, in the year 1575. None of the members of the Otis family believed even a word of the story. Mr. Otis dismissed the whole story and took a small stain removal stick from his bag and rubbed and cleaned the stain. Third question. Give examples from the text to show that the family was not at all frightened by the presence of a ghost in the mansion. Answer. Mrs. Otis was not alarmed when she was told that the stain she noticed was a blood stain. When the twins found the blood stain again in the same spot, they concluded that the ghost must have visited again. Instead of getting scared, they decided to wait for him in the night. Mr. Otis too guffawed at the very mention of the word ghost. Late in the night, when he was disturbed by an apparently chained ghost, he offered a bottle of oil to the ghost, asking it to apply on the chains so that it would make less noise and he could have a peaceful sleep. The twins threw a pillow at the ghost when it made an appearance. Fourth question. How did the youngest members of the family prove that they were as brave as the older members? Answer. The twins, Lewis and Clark, realized that the ghost had actually visited the library in the night, but they were definitely not perturbed and waited for the ghost in the night. When they really saw one in the night, they threw the pillow at the ghost and scared the ghost away, much to its disgust. Fifth question. Bring out the humor in the appearance of the ghost in the mansion. Answer. Every action in the play contradicts the fear linked to ghosts. While Mrs. Otis is annoyed at seeing a blood stain, Mr. Otis presents a bottle of oil to the ghost to oil his chains. The twins want to play hide-and-seek with the ghost and chase it away instead of being scared. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more updates.